Let us start with the analytical hierarchical program. It is a decision making approach that presents the alternative and the criteria, and it evaluates the trade off and whatever, and it makes a final decision. These are all the data which has been used or utilized to form the correct to make the smart grid to make a smart grid in such a way that it gives a better result. And it is has a widest application in like multi criteria decision, in planning, in resources, in resources resources, and even any conflict occurs occurs that time it helps in solving the problem. EHP, that is analytical hierarchical program, it is a non-linear framework, and it uses the data to make many decisions and to make and many algorithms. Now, if you see the diagram in the analytical hierarchical programming, that is EHP, if you see that any poor any defined problem or any error data, if it is coming to the grid, then it is used to check, it is checked with the proper data, and whatever the error is there, by the error action is taken. Then it is a fit to another next stage, where it is a compare with the unknown events, and to check unknown events or random variation events are there, it is used to check. From that, what happen, a proper value outcome, we are going to get the proper value outcome at the final stage. The next is classical optimization method, and first comes the linear programming. In a linear programming, we uses a mathematical mode. If any problem is there, that is sent made into a mathematical mode, and then it is solved. There are many algorithms or many equation which is used to solve. If the model is a statical model, then it is a use, or the data which they are going to get a statistical data, that data they are used to make the programs using a formula or using any of the equation, they are converting them into a programming language. So there are many methods for that one to find a solution. Few methods they have described. The first method, it is a initialization step. They take a slag variable. Slag variable means error variable or error data, and using that error data, they use they compare with they will compare with the other good datas and good datas. Then in each iteration, then they will find a good solution or a better solution for this one. The third step is they determine the entering basic variables. Regularly there will be the variables or a data which will be entering which will be coming or which will be collected from the smart grid. Then it is compared with some variables. Then it is compared. If the comparison, if the net result it gives zeros, then shows that this is a good method or the solution is found, and then they will move to the next feasible solution. In this way they will check this is optimization technique, in which they will check whether the data which is collected from the smart grid, it is a correct data or it is a error, or it is a giving a error by using the programming language or by using different type of methods. If you see the block diagram of optimization technique, in the optimization technique they uses the decision system, static, adaptivity dynamic programming, evolutionary programming, and intelligent system. These are all uses to find the solution, and many physiology system is also used in this one, and many more systems are there which is used to find the solution, to find the algorithm and the program to have a good or better design in the grid system. The next comes is the non-linear programming. In the non-linear programming, they use or employ or use they use the Newtonian technique to find the constrained and unconstrained optimization problem. In this one, they will check the importance of the data, whatever the data or variables they are getting, they will check. They check in the form of mathematical form or mathematical response of the power system. There is a procedure to solve the Newtonian problems. In this one, the first procedure, they will determine the initial feasible set of the data is taken for the investigation, which is having many problems, which is having a problem with or without problem. They will check for the optimality condition, and they will see that whatever the possible solution, if they get the solution locally or if they get the solution globally, that is very important for that problem. Further, they will they will do the optimization and see that the value or a correct optimal or economical value they are going to get from the data. It is having some limitation also. It cannot use a larger data, and if any static variables are there, then it is having many problems with this one. So for this one, this is very common form of a problem, and for that one they uses the integer programming. The next is integer programming. In this is a special case where a decision variable is restricted to a integers, or it is to a zeros and one. The values or the program, it is used on zeros and one. They have some steps. Let us go to the steps. The first step is initialization. They set p is equal to minus infinity, where p is optimal value, a value, economical value or a useful value. Next comes the second step, that is called as a branching. In the branching, they develop a subprogram. They develop a subprogram and fix the binary or fix it to the variable to zeros and one. The third step is bounding. In a bounding, they will have a subprogram where they take zeros and one, and they try to find a feasible solution. That feasible solution is stored. The next step, the sub problem which is which has a feasible solution, it is stored. And it is repeatedly used and checked with the other data. The next is dynamic program. It is a program developed to solve the multi-stage and to have a decision, make a decision. In this one, they will make a set of the program, and they will compare with the values or variables. Then they go on doing on the other sets also. With many sets they will be having to find the economical, to find the good decision and to have a optimal technique. It is having two common techniques. One is backward and another one is forward technique. Second is calculus based on the composition. The drawback of this programming is that it cannot uses a large data or the complex data. The next one is heuristic optimization. In this optimization, it is used for the predictivity to find the nature of smart grid involvement. So the first is modeling component, second is selecting new optimization. In this one, what happen in a power system, it is having its own security and it is in the normal stage, or if any problem occurs or any contingency occurs, it moves from the normal state to the alert state or the emergency state. Now to find this contingency or fault, a study is made by using the optimization tool. That optimization tool, it is used to study the types of fault and the types of impact on the power system. The new optimization strategy is a model. They select a new model. In this model, they will see the account of a customer and the welfare of the customer. In this one, they will take the model. In that model, they stimulate the model, and by stimulating the model, they see whatever the new component or the good solution they are should get in the in limited time. So this is done by studying the load flow, and the load flow, while when they study with the load flow, they are going to get a good technique, they are going to get a good solution, and that solution it is used for the development and improvement of the smart grid. Artificial neural network, it is based on natural genetic of a brain. It is a common technique, which the artificial has the ability to classify and recognize the things. Where there is a large quantity of data, it is a trained, and by using the algorithm, it recognize and use the information about this one. It learns with whatever the data it is going to get, and it has the capacity to read the pattern, and whatever the pattern they are going to get, they have that data or the pattern, their values, they are used to find the solution. The other advantage of artificial neural network is that its first is adaptivity learning. It has the ability to learn it very fast. Whatever the data is given, it trains and it learns it. Next is self organization. It has its own organization which use the information, which takes the information as well as use the information. Next is real time operation. It carries out many types of programming parallelly. They can, and whatever the hardware or design hardware it is available, with the help of that one, it use the solution parallelly, it gives the solution. And fourth, it has the ability to handle the fault tolerance. Backpropagation net are probably the most well known and widely applied in the neural network. So it has many steps. In the first steps, what happens? It is having x value and the y values. It computes the x value using the y, that is active. This is active values, and it is having many layers. The next, they will calculate the activity, or they calculate the value of y using the formula. Then when they find out the values of x and y, they will find the error in the data or error in the value by using the formula.